Okay, as you can see from our backlit faces here, hers and mine. So, we are just starting our Deep Creek hike. We're taking the loop where we head up Deep Creek, Indian Creek, to the loop, over to Sunkota Ridge, around to Martin's Gap, camping at campsite 46, and then coming out the next day. The remainder of Martin's Gap. Indian Creek Trail joins Deep Creek Trail back to trailhead. A nice, short, simple one to get us started here.
Oh boy.
Okay, as you can see up ahead here, Cambry is just cooking it in terms of making progress a little faster than I am. I'll catch up with her though. We just finished the first falls right along Deep Creek trails. A little bit of a late start, but we'll get there. So, one of the other things that I figured out was that while the Gaia GPS, that site is fantastic for making routes for the GPS. You can make your trails that snaps to very nicely, but the downside is when you export that to your as a GPX file, they stick in a boatload of waypoints, and at least my 66 will only let me have 50. So I have to go through deleting a bunch of them on the device. So, minor details in terms of extra time for all the benefits and cool features on that site. First crossing of Deep Creek. You can see as we're going along here, it is awfully pretty. How many times can you remember us going over in our inner tubes over those very falls? Very, very pretty. Of course, one cannot hike the Smokies in the spring without seeing the wildflowers. Here we have fire pink, Selene virginica. Here we have the mountain laurel, one of my favorites with its exquisite flowers and fine detail, Calmia latifolia. And here's a new one for me, Podoranthus trifolia, commonly called Bowman's root, fawn's breath, or dropwort. All right, we are now looking at yet another one of the falls, right here, Indian Creek Falls. It's just gorgeous. As you see, Cambria is very, very patiently waiting for me. Of course, we can't forget one of my favorites, which is the turkey tail, Trametes versicolor, very pretty. Also, we have our ever-present favorite. Shortly after the mountain laurel, we passed Stonefile Gap Trail on our way to the Loop Trail. Yet another beautiful trailside flower was this delicate, I believe it is the foam flower, also called colewort or false bitterroot, Tiarella cordifolia. Meanwhile, Cambria surges ebulliently forward. All right, we have just reached the intersection of the loop trail that cuts off of Indian Creek Trail, and this is where we're going to make our turn, as you can see here. There we go. As you can see, Cambria is allowing us to go to, you can see the Indian Creek Trail goes off there to the right of the screen and goes on up this way here. But we are going to be going on the loop trail here. The loop trail is going to take us towards Sunkota Ridge Trail. We'll hit that in about half a mile. And that is going to be this direction up here. As you can see, it goes up, up, up.
As you can see, Cambria was happy for me to start the trail with her, but it did not take long for her to slowly, or not so slowly, disappear into the far distance.
Okay, all right, folks, we have just reached the point where the loop trail hits, I know, hits, can't say it, Sunkota Ridge. So now we're going to hit Sunkota Ridge, go straight on forward, and if we take a look forward here, you will see we just came from the loop trail down here off of Indian Creek Trail, took the loop trail all the way up to, now we've hit, you can see right here, if I go around over here, this direction, there we go, that's the one we want, the one going this direction here. This is Sunkota Ridge Trail. And it took me a while, when I first started doing this, to recognize the signs themselves. That one on top says Sunkota Ridge. The piece of wood it's on is in parallel with the direction of the trail. And therefore, Martin's Gap is 3.8 miles along Sunkota Ridge Trail in that direction. Okay, so that's the one we're headed to. And if we go up just a little bit, there we go. And I will take my trusty companion with me, and I might even take my backpack.
Once again, as we traveled down the Sunkota Ridge Trail, Cambria was eager to get a good start and was kind enough to let me stay close for a while, but surely enough, she drifted ahead and even further ahead.
And as we continue on, down, up, and down along Sunkota Ridge Trail. Cambria, zoom in on that navigation, see if it says we're on Sunkota Ridge. Since we just saw the sign, it says we were, I hope it does. All right. Let's enjoy the ups and downs of Sunkota Ridge.
You can't do this.
Can't tell if it's pointed at you or not. It is.
Why? Why? Why?
Okay, here. There's some beautiful rhododendron. Nice blooms. And if we go a little bit like this, you can see really, really pretty. Very, very pretty. And just look how much of that we have to put up with. Just terrible. Oh well, meanwhile, on with our hike. There we are.
Reminds me of 8th grade, upwards ever. This section of the trail, we just kept going up and up. If you look at the elevation profile at the beginning of the hike, you'll see that this was really climbing here. And with 40-ish more pounds on your back, you really begin to notice.
As you can see, Cambria is kindly taking on the job of trying to fix the little pouch that broke on us. So much for Walmart quality. Okay, as we are continuing along Sunkota Ridge, approximately 3 miles in to our trip, maybe 3.5. Even though we're on the ridge, it has the nerve to keep going up in altitude. Silly ridge. Sorry?
How long are the longer ones gonna be?
Oh, we could do like 10 miles in a day.
Is that the most you're
10,
gonna do?
12.
That's the most you would do.
Comfortably for a longer comfort for longer.
How much is the longest you'll think you'll do?
Well, right out of college, right after I graduated, I went and did one that was, we're supposed to do like a 14 mile hike the second day. We didn't get there. We started on the second day and did 19. Yeah, that was a long one. That about killed me.
With a backpack on?
Yeah,
Recording me?
external frame, huh?
What's external frame?
This is internal frame. It's the metal on the outside, holding, suspending it. But
That's not fair. You're right out of college.
I was older.
You were younger.
Older than you are now.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
See, I can't do that right now. I cannot tell if you're recording me or not.
It is nice to just relax.
Oh no.
You can actually listen and hear it, the silence. You've heard it said on so many occasions, but it's really true once you're out there and experience it yourself. If only Mommy were with us, she would love this hike. What was it you're going to say? Uh-oh, you swallowed your lips. I knew that would happen. You gotta be careful.
The downy rattlesnake plantain. Of course, more mountain laurel. Well, once again, we have some foam flower, also colewort or false bitterroot, it's called.
There we go. The one I just got for you, at least 3 days old. Yeah, for now, let's just relax. As we do, we have, apart from the one holding the camera, we have some other fun guy. Right here. It looks like a turkey tail.
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm guessing we're about halfway through Sunkota.
I don't know. I'm terrible at telling.
I'm thinking we got about 1.5 miles, guessing that we got about 1.5 miles more.
Really?
Till we hit Martin's Gap, then another 1.5 miles. I think that's about what we got.
Wait, how many miles is it from the beginning of Sunkota to where we turn?
Oh, about 4.2. We'll see. All we got to do is just head up the trail.
Not right now.
Here we have some more turkey tail. This fern is genus Dryopteris. It is either the marginal or the intermediate wood fern. This fern belongs to the same family, Dryopteridaceae. It is the Christmas fern, Polysticum aristocoides.
As you can see, it's just terrible having to put up with such scenery. And I'll see if we can catch up with the dot in the distance called Cambria.
Here we have the northern maidenhair fern. I believe it's Aspelinum trichomanis. Here we have the wild geranium, Geranium maculatum.
Still heading along Sunkota Ridge. About 1.25 miles to go, I think. We'll check this out later. And it's a little hard to keep up with that dot in the distance. For some reason, she doesn't know how to play fair. She refuses to grow 30 some years older just to make things equal. And I'd like to blame it on another 25 pounds on the pack. But then again, that's just me complaining because I'm out of shape. Oh well. There she is, I'm pretty sure. Yep, that is her. Oh, help me, I'm gonna start floating. Let's see.
What is it?
How much does it say? One and how much?
You put, that amounts to like one regular, like half-liter bottle.
Okay.
Okay, we had just stopped to take a rest here, and I figured it was time for some electrolytes. So I had my daughter clue me in on the directions for this Propel water. She had used it on her mission trip to Africa a few weeks previously. So I figured she'd be a good one to help me out. Here she's reminding me that I need to mix it all up. It takes a little while. As you can tell, I was rather thirsty.
So it's like really.
Unfortunately, when you're hiking a ridge, there are not a whole lot of places to stop and get water. Again, I was finding out, or would later, that the phone has an absolutely horrible microphone, and it's very hit or miss. At this point, Cambria was asking what we were getting ready to do, and I told her it was time to hit the trail. Let's put some pressure on our boots and make some progress.
Okay. There's 3 to go and we're there. A lot less of that is going to be uphill.
4.3.
Can you button that one for me?
Yeah.
I can't get it with one hand.
1 second.
Thank you. Yeah, that one's still holding. All right. All right, I think we got it. Let's go. Wouldn't leave you behind.
The inevitable turkey tail. And of course, the star of the show, the mountain laurel. And back on to the remainder of Sunkota Ridge. And another beautiful trailside flower.
I remember reading about somewhere McManus was talking about the geological events that occur as he was getting older. That plates were being uplifted and the trails were getting steeper every year. I think I'm going to do what he did and go check the Park Service, see if they're aware that that's happening. Okay, we are well along here. I think we have about maybe a mile, 2/3 of a mile to go on Sunkota, something like that. We are here right at the ridge top. As you can see, to the right of us, we have trees. And if you look down, you see that it goes way on downhill that way. And if we go over to the other side, it goes downhill that way. So we are right here in the middle, trekking along. Fortunately, Cambria likes to buoy our spirits up with a hiking song. Take it away. Perhaps not. And the evil uphill.
Okay, here we have what appears to be Carolina silverbell, or little silverbell, Halesia carolina, or Carolinia. And this one looks like the Christmas fern, Polystichum aristocoides. This one looks like pink lady slipper, or moxen flower, Cypripedium acalua. I think it's yellow star grass. That would be Hypoxis hirsuta. This one appears to be Solomon's plume, or false Solomon's seal. That would be Anthem racemosum.
Alright, so how much time do you think we have left, or how many miles do you think we have?
Oh, I think we're down to about a mile, a little over a mile maybe, to camp. So we're going to be about 2 hours late getting in, but isn't that... If you're 2 hours late, then for average camping, you're on time, isn't it?
There you go.
I think so.
Oh, why won't it, like...
Well, it follows.
Yeah, but, like, my face is on the... It's, like, it's not in the center of the... Oh, I guess you have to hold it that way. Alright.
You kind of get used to it after a while.
Well, we just took a very long break.
Ooh.
But it was alright. Oh, he's going to take a picture of something.
Honey, come here.
Yes.
Okay, do you see these little brown buttons on the back here?
Yes.
All right, those are where they're making their spores. Each one of those Saurus and together, all of these together are a site for...
No.
Sauries.
No, we're not doing that.
Okay, here we have an interesting one. This one is squaw root, also known as bear corn or American cancer root, Conifolius americana. Almost looks like a fungi of some kind, but it's not. It's plant. Meanwhile, it's back onto the trail with the beautiful flowers and the ever elusive, further in the distance hiking partner.
Okay, I hear what sounds like rain. If it starts getting more pronounced, we will. We are coming up on
300 feet, Chill.
300 feet. Let's see what happens. Oh, here's very cool. This is club moss. You can put it on if you want. All right. Love those club moss. Okay. What? Whoa. Gotta watch where I'm stepping. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so that is Martin's Gap that we're hitting. So the trail going this way is Martin's Gap. To the left, yeah, mountains. To Sea Trail, Deep Creek Trail, yeah, that's okay. Ah, Indian Creek Trail, that's the one we're looking for to the right.
1.5.
Yeah, but ours is before that, our campsite.
Amen.
All right, so that's to the right here. And if you look at your GPS, it should show that our campsite is before that.
It does?
All right.
No, questioning. Okay, do you not feel that?
Yeah, but it's not that bad yet.
In the middle of it?
So we are ready to head down Martin's Gap Trail towards what will become, eventually, it will turn into the Indian Creek Trail. But before we get there, it will be a campsite. Yeah. All right, so that's where we're headed. Oh, I love these tunnels. Rhododendron, another mountain flora. Every time it makes a tunnel. So cool. Just a little bit of rain, but slow enough, and we have enough cover overhead here. It should keep it from being too bad. So right now, what actually reaches down and actually lands on us is just the occasional drip. If it gets worse than that, it'll be time to break out the ponchos. Oh, there it is. Look what I see.
What?
Trees!
Trees weren't the only thing we saw. We also discovered this beautiful little flower, the woodland or purple bluet, Houstonia purpurea. I love the way the gradual widening infundibulum-like tube that suddenly splayed out into four sharp corners.
Okay, just had a brief confab there. Turns out that probably about maybe 3/10 of a mile to our campsite. And I am loving these roots that are parallel, covered by leaves. You step on them and you slide. You know, like you see the kids do with the skateboards on the rails, you know, like that. Always fun. You don't need a skateboard, you can do it in nature for free.
Another 2 or 4, so not 0.9 or 1.1, something like that.
So my guess is we're under a mile though. Okay, well,
Just barely over.
a little bit of a correction, but we'll still get there. And it's downhill. That's the key feature. Oh, those are nice words, so long as it's not a 20% grade. Love this kind of tunnel look coming into it.
You're gonna like that.
What's that?
The mushroom.
Oh yeah. But this is also pretty. As much as I like Chevys, I will ford the stream. Will she make it as she teeters on the precipice? Perfect way to do this is for the commentator to make fun of the person in front of them and then the commentator to fall. Fortunately, every one of our spuds are spectacular. We have no commentators. Okay, we have some fairly impressive shelf fungi. Whoa! That was pretty cool. Here's one of our favorites. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Stop slipping.
Huh?
Stop slipping.
I will try. You have to admit, that is cool. Ah! Actually, I should wait till I get over here to do that, so I won't tempt fate. All right. Finally, it looks like we are getting in reach of our destination. Our campsite's supposed to be a few hundred feet up here on the left, or 100 feet, something like that. We got to see exactly. GPS is saying it's somewhere in that vicinity. So that's going to give us some renewed energy to get cracking here. Wow. Maybe we should ask this big banana slug up in front. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Orange Gap Trail. What is this saying here? Orange Gap Trail, Sunkota Ridge. All right. Huh. It's saying it's still up ahead?
What?
It's saying the campsite's still up ahead?
Come here.
Let's see. Zoom in. It's saying it's off to our left.
So if this keeps going and that's that way. Maybe it's down this road.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Let's take a peek. I thought it was up off the other side of the trail. Yeah, we are. I was just looking at this to see if that was a signpost. It's not. Well, a little premature, but it's coming up soon.
Campsite 46.
It is? Okay. That is a welcome sign. No, it's a campsite 46 sign. No, okay.
It's like a mile to walk up to it.
It's not a mile. It's a little ways.
On the map it looks like it.
Right now, anything looks long. Slowly but surely, we meander off the big trail on a sojourn of our own, just to reach the campsite. Yep. This be it. As you can see, not too bad. Plenty of places to sit. All of them dry as a bone. And here are the lines that we'll be hanging up our stuff for the bears. So time to set things down and recuperate a little.
Of course, Cambria was all too happy to sit down and take a load off. I couldn't believe how full our campsite was with mountain laurel blooms of all kinds and shades. Just beautiful. As spectacular as the flowers were, it was time to get some food.
And here we have Cambria eagerly eating the trail mix as her appetizer to the main meal. As you can see, we are setting up. Here is our bare hooks that we'll put our packs on and haul them way up. Here's our little kitchen. Have the little alcohol stove going underneath there. And you know what? If you give me a second to focus. There we go. It is going right on underneath there. I don't know if you can see the flame. Oh, you kind of can, can't you? Yep, you sure can. All right. And if we keep this, we can take a quick look here. And if you look really close at the bottom, you can see there's not much to see. Just a few bubbles. So we'll cover it back up. How is it?
I haven't tasted it yet. Alright, it's good.
All right. So you don't want to go home after all?
Still want to go home.
But tomorrow we'll do fine.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Oh man, it is just so rich, so green, everywhere. Oh, it's beautiful around here.
Indeed.
Oh, that rich, rich, rich greenery. Oh, come on, focus, you can do it. There we go. Yes, I'm shooting with my 5D Mark III. It's only 1080p. I'll let you cry for a little bit for the lack of 4K. But just look how rich this is. There's where we are cooking. And you can see that we have a fire pit over, well, it's the same distance as that. I got to focus though. Focus here. We'll have to, you can't see it. There we go. You have a nice little fire area up there. And if we turn slowly, so as not to make the viewer dizzy, you can come up. There's that little, we're going to hang our packs up in a moment. But we're going to come up to here, and you can see where our tent is. Just all set and ready. And it's, okay, is it rolling?
Mm-hmm.
That does smell good. I just had a chance because I let it sit before I poured it in here, so it cooled off. I don't know. That'll do. Okay, that's good.
After we finished eating, we cleaned up, we put our stuff away, put our scented items, food items in a bag, and hauled it up on the bare line. Then we made our way to the tent, where we got in and enjoyed a rather restful night's sleep.
Well, after getting here, taking about half an hour to recuperate, where we could stand up without feeling like we had to bend over for the packs, that was great. We ended up having the entire campsite to ourselves, so that was actually pretty nice as well. We just set up everywhere we wanted to, putting things down while we organized. Then we after we ate. And by the way, those 2 servings for those Louisiana beans and rice for Mountain House. Boy, that is 2 servings. I couldn't finish all of it. Cambria, she was a trooper. She hung in there and finished her creamy mac and cheese. Yes, she got it. She got it done all right. Now, we went to bed just about 9. And 10. Yeah, we got to bed 9:30. Read a little bit. Yeah, so she fell asleep around 10. I wasn't asleep, but I was very, very restful, very resting, whatever it was. Anyway, I was very, very much enjoying the rest. So then we got up around 5:55 and packed up a wet tent. And it's not that it was raining all night, it's just that it had drizzled before, and just the humidity and all the drizzle slowly petering down from the trees just from previous, oh well. But it wasn't bad. And we didn't have to worry about it. The tent got a little damp in one tiny corner, but that was fine. But now we're getting ready for breakfast, and we are going to be doing, we went for one of the, let's see, get this low. There we go. We went for one of the high-priced we just went for Quaker Oats. This is little packets, nice and cheap, works great. And that alcohol stove, gotta love that. It is extremely efficient. We'll have that, and then we'll be on our way. I think it's boiling about now. You want to go check that, honey? Want to go check it? I think it's about boiling very soon. Yep, there we go. Okay, so just about ready. We got some nice maple and brown sugar here coming up.
Don't burn your phone.
Nope.
Should I put out?
I want to keep my phone. Nope. We're going to heat up some more water.
Okay.
No sooner had we finished breakfast than we had an unannounced visitor. This visitor couldn't seem to be bothered by us. It is nice to see whitetail deer instead of the mule deer of the West Coast for a change.
Well, nice of this visitor to come by our campsite. She is sitting right about where our tent was. There we go. That's better. Yeah. Very pretty. There we go. Oh, I gotta stand up. Oh, that feels better.
Wasn't that neat?
Okay, I think we're set and ready to pull out of camp. Very nice meal. A little late, but if we weren't late, then it wouldn't be camping. So we gotta, that's just the way it works. No, tally ho. Oh, what is that I see? The first son of the trip. Right next to my first otter. All right, starting what, 5 or so miles back.
Oh, wait. Before I forget.
She doesn't trust my
Indeed, I do not.
my
No, I trust
wonderful 66i.
I do trust that.
And we will turn it on just so we can enjoy the loveliness. I'll let you carry it if you want.
Thank you.
And then put it on active track.
What's it?
There we go.
Like this?
Yeah, it's showing us going the right direction, isn't it?
Let's go.
All right, let's do it. We already sent our satellite text to Mommy and the group to let them know that we've left camp and are on our way. Sometimes takes up to 10 or 12 minutes for it to go through on some occasions. So I sent it about 10 minutes before, 15 minutes before we took off. That's all right. That is one thing that you have to love about the Smokies. It is so green. So many creeks and rivers. Just itty bitty little cute things. So many beautiful creeks. In fact, very often the trail is a creek when it rains a bit. Okay, we are here hanging out, just enjoying the beautiful scenery. I mean, it is unparalleled. All the creeks, it's just gorgeous. In fact, take a look at this. Yes, that's part of the beautiful scenery. But take a look up here. Wouldn't you just hate to have to deal with this? Just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It's terrible what we have to do. And sometimes stuff gets in your way of your view. I mean, look at those things just cluttering up the view there. Terrible. Just terrible. But it is pretty, isn't it?
Meanwhile, back to the trail. And here was another beautiful find. This one was Virginia spiderwort, Transdescantia virginiana.
As we have our fearless. And off onto the nice, wide, beautiful Indian Creek Trail. Martin's Gap, after we crossed Sunkota Ridge, hit Martin's Gap, we turned right onto Martin's Gap and came down towards Indian Creek Trail. After our campsite, it was just about, maybe a quarter mile, and now we're hitting the, becomes the Indian Creek Trail. I think we're there. I didn't see the sign. Did you, honey? Okay, so it may be just yet, but it's widening out. I know the Indian Creek Trail is much wider than Martin's Gap, down to that point anyway. Just beautiful. That is what I call restraint, not running ahead to embarrass her dad. There we go, that's a little better. Really pretty flower. Just really, really pretty. Okay, here comes the hunts and hinds of hiking. Time to catch up. Okay, let's see. We've now reached an intersection. Let's see, no bicycles beyond this point. Let's see. It's saying that we are on Indian Creek Trail. That's going this way, back and forth, parallel with the sign. And if we go to the left, Martin's Gap Trail, where we came from. If we go to the left, Deep Creek Trail. If we go to the right, Deep Creek Campground, Trail and Campground. That's where we're going, 3.6. Time to keep going.
I believe this is where Deep Low Gap Trail enters or intersects. and where it becomes Indian Creek Trail.
Deep Creek Campground is where our car is?
Yep, we're at the Deep Creek Campground.
No, but it's at 3.6 miles.
Yep.
That's
So probably about 3.5 to ours. Our parking lot's at the end of it.
Oh, it's only... Wow.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's pretty good, huh?
Right.
As we look forward to 3.5 miles of bliss. Oh, how pretty. Just how pretty the Smokies are. If one must deal with pretty images, that's not a bad image, is it? Just beautiful. And let's see if we get back on track. Please don't drop it.
This one would appear to be a frost aster, otherwise known as a hairy white oldfield aster or downy aster, I believe. Symphyiotrichum pilosum.
As you can see, yet more beautiful, beautiful waterfalls, including some very interesting I don't know, that's just too pretty not to play some more, isn't it? Oh, boy, as you can see, we have all kinds of beauty here. Oh, wow. Just look at that. Oh, look at this. Isn't that pretty cool? That's neat to me. And this is, like I said, this is where you say, wow, that's newt to me. The newts are really cute. Okay, let's walk on and see if we can. Very cool. Okay. Oh, look at that. That's where we headed off on the loop trail.
Yes, indeed. This was the very point where the day before we had turned left and headed left up the loop trail to reach Sunkota.
Later. No, it was good. It was good. All right. Moving right along here. We were just looking down to our left.
Right?
No, left.
Okay.
This is Indian Creek Trail, but this is Stone Gap Trail. That's going down Stone Gap Trail. That's the overlook here.
Cool.
That's Stone Gap Trail. And heading on down here, still continuing on Indian Creek Trail towards Deep Creek Trail. Huh?
The drippolator.
Oh, the drippolator. What was it you liked about the drippolator?
I wanted to get the chai tea hot taken.
That way when Mommy comes, she decide if that's something she wants to do, right? Because, you know, Mommy likes that.
Their oat milk isn't too bad.
No, I liked the oatmeal this morning too. That was good.
Oat milk.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the oatmeal this morning.
That was good too. But their oat milk
That's true.
wasn't too bad.
I haven't tried that. I'll have to someday. The oatmeal, I mean. Nothing better than Indian Creek Falls. Just gorgeous. Fortunately, I had a great hiking companion. Okay, we are just about, I think, yeah, there we are, to the Indian Creek Trail, Deep Creek Trail Junction. And let's look up ahead here. Indeed, that's the trail we hit yesterday, heading up towards Indian Creek. We're just now hitting Deep Creek Trail and returning from whence we came. Okay, just coming down Deep Creek Trail a ways. Starting to get to, I think we're coming up here on the first bridge that we crossed on our way out here. And a really beautiful little waterfall. There we go. Okay, we're almost there. So, you know where this is if you've been at Deep Creek tubing. Remember this nice little, oh, is it flowing now? Wow. And continuing on towards that first bridge we crossed. All right, let's get across that bridge.
But there's a cloud in the...
Huh?
There's a cloud of the...
Cloud over, yeah, mist over the, yeah. There we go. So, now, just straight back along to the parking lot in about maybe 4/10 of a mile or so. Oh, just coming to get a good look. Oh, that is just beautiful. Can't tell you how many times when I was younger we'd go tubing through here and we'd float right past those beautiful falls. All right, so much for the Tom Branch Falls. I think we're at the trailhead, not the Judy Wank Falls or something like that. Oh, what is this? Point one thing out, honey. Oh, point one is the point one thing out you're doing. Gotcha. Right across from it. Yep, this is the hike. To the Judy Wank Loop Trail. It comes back. Number one. Here is the end or beginning of the trail. Since we're finishing, I say it's the end. And not much further here. I'll let you pass first. Thank you. Don't you want to fall in the car and say, I made it, I made it?
No, I don't. I want to go home. Okay, so now we're back in the car.
Wait a moment. We're not in England. Let's fix this.
My feet hurt. But hey, that's to be expected. My dad, you can see him. Kind of.
Oh, honey, you didn't do it right. We got to go back and hike it again. We do, but not right now.
Anyways, I'm just looking forward to going to that coffee shop. I want to see how this moves. That's cool.
Let's go.
Whoa.
What time is it?
11:08 last time I checked.
Oh, that's not bad.
Anyways, now we're leaving. We're all sweaty and we smell terrible, but that's fine. It's to be expected.
We'll take a shower when we get home. All will be well again. And we've had some time. We got to have some time with beautiful nature, complete solitude, nobody, nothing.
It was also nice, not having phone service because then, you wouldn't.
You didn't have to respond to everything every moment, every day. You could actually just kick back, listen to nature, be at peace. It's a little bit of a spiritual connection.
No, but Zoom doesn't work. Oh, it does. Okay. I'm sorry, this is fun to play with.
It is.
I might want to get my own or something. Or
Someday.
just borrow this one.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Oh, that feels good, doesn't it? Dry, cool air.
I felt so soggy. I know that's the best adjective I've got. Oh, I need to buckle up.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be sunrise. Okay, you got the GPS that you put in there already, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir. We should get back around, I'd say 4 or 5. Somewhere in there.
All right.
Not too bad.
We'll tell you what, let's stop the recording for a little bit, send Mommy and Daddy and everybody a text and say, hey, we're in the car driving out.
Okay, bye.
Enjoyed it. Thanks for coming.